Secrets revealed. Learn how to catch FIFA offside and beat the offside trap too. We must first understand what a FIFA offside is. Please note that at Cassandra, the offside law has been altered to ensure more fluidity and less confusion in the law. For more on Cassandra's offside law, please read the book available on Cassandra's website titled The Cassandra Way. Let's first understand the law as stated by FIFA through the International Football Association Board. Blah 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 bitty blah, yap yap yappity yap. That's how any normal sane person would read the 4 pages in small print that only a lawyer or chartered accountant with 50 years experience can understand. That's why Cassandra has created a simple and straightforward explanation of the FIFA offside law in one tiny paragraph. Here it is. A player is offside when he or she receives a forward pass inside the opponent's half from a teammate placed anywhere on the pitch when standing between the opposition's goal line and behind all the opponents or between 2 opponents. Certain conditions apply. The player in an offside position has interfered with play. Catching offside is one of the biggest weapons that a team has to frustrate and irritate their opponents. Catching offside is not easy and needs communication to be of the highest level between the defenders first and foremost, and then the rest of the team. Offside can be caught with any formation. The less players that are involved makes communication easier, and thus catching offside with less players in the defensive line is easier. Only one person can decide if offside is an option, and that's the central defender 99% of the time. The goalkeeper and the other players can always remind the central defender about catching offside. For the communication to be instant, the word up is used to signal to the rest of the defenders and the entire squad that the players have to push up the field towards the opponent's goal when an offside is to be caught. An example of another word in a different context is the word press. When a team wants to put pressure on the opponents who have possession, the call by the players to signify that would be press. Defenders can use both words, up and press, to imply that the players have to press their opponents while pushing up to catch offside. But most of the time, closing down an opponent while pushing up is mandatory unless the opposition player is one of the players being caught offside. Another word used by the defenders while catching offside is back. This is basically the opposite of the word up in football terminology. We look at the formation 4-4-2 and focus on the 4 defenders to learn how to catch offside. The right and left back must always be standing a yard or 2 ahead of their central defenders. The 2 central defenders can rotate between who will be looking to catch offside, or they can work in tandem. When one central defender is marking a striker, the other central defender will decide whether to catch offside or not. If both central defenders have an opposition striker to look after, then both of them can give the call to catch offside. The offside tool should also be used to fool and trick the opponents into moving towards their own goal and away from the defender's goal. When the attackers take a look to see if the defenders have gone up, 2 things happen. The defenders actually push up, but it's a fake pushing up as they are just making a show to move up. As soon as the attacker moves towards his own goal, the defender stands still, and the second is that they actually do push up. When playing, the heads of a footballer are constantly swiveling. The reason is because awareness doesn't grow on trees, because it's practice that makes someone perfect. The players are deliberately looking left and right and forward to check where the teammates are and where the opposition is. 4 defenders in a back 4. The right and left backs always have to look inside, and the 2 central defenders have to look left and right. The longer they play together, the easier it gets, and sometimes a call from a teammate can save a player from constantly having to look left and right. The 4 defenders also have to be aware of the other outfield teammates that aren't in the back 4, who are falling back to help defend. Sometimes if the defenders aren't careful, a midfielder will be tracking backwards to keep up with an opposition player. The offside trap can be wasted if the midfielder isn't in tune with the defenders and may also not be aware of the fact that his or her 4 defenders are pushing up to catch offside. Thus the midfielder will track back behind the defenders while chasing the opposition player, and total chaos when the ball is played. Offside is best used when all the players are quick. It's very risky to try and catch offside near the halfway line. Offside should not be an option for an opposition free kick inside the half. It's too much of a risk. And finally, you can't catch offside of a throw-in, goal kick and corner. These are the basics any player needs to know to catch a player offside. The rest is worked out on the ground through constant practice. Oh yes, and one more thing. Well, two more things. Raising your arm up in the air and shouting "Offside, ref!" will tilt the main referee and referee's assistant or linesperson in your favour. If the referee is unsure, your confident call will push the referee into calling for offside. The more calls of offside from all the players imparts added pressure on the officials. Along with the call of offside and raising an arm, the player must glare at the referee's assistant as if to ask, "Can't you see he or she's offside?" You see, being impolite and discourteous is allowed in FIFA, unless of course you're the match official. Then you're bound to the FIFA rules.